All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Dawg, and I am joined by my son today. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
And we're going to do a little carp fishing for you. We're here at the pond at Amber, and let's get all our rods in the water, and then maybe you can, buddy, you can show us what you're fishing with in terms of your rods and reels. I was telling him earlier, I think, so neither one of us are going to use PVA for this session, so we're just using different boilies and artificial corn and dip, trying out some things, see what works the best, and then we'll probably switch them around a little bit. But he has gear that is probably somewhat similar to folks who are just getting to Amber, similar to what you might have, so might be helpful to see that once he gets his setup. It's funny how much longer your Model 1 feeder is than your other two. It's like so much longer. Hey, let me check something, make sure that it's recording correctly. Yeah, we're good. So I'm doing the best I can here. We've got his screen in the top left-hand side. I'm hoping that's big enough for you to see what's going on, but not so big that you can't see anything that's going on mine. So I guess let me know if you feel like it needs to be a little different. But so, buddy, you want to look at each one of your rods and reels, examine them, and kind of go over what you're using there. So he's got, do you want to say it or do you want me to?
You can.
He's got the Wingate feeder. So his nicest feeder is a Wingate, and he's using a Trident Mare reel, which is a really nice reel. It's kind of like the minimum reel, I would say, strength reel if you want to fish anywhere at Amber. I think with alphas you can fish here in the pond, and he's got it overloaded with 27 kilo line, a large one hook, and on this one he's using raspberry, Old Pal strawberry, and raspberry cream. All right, let's look at your second one real quick, because your second and third one are identical just about, except for different rods. So this is another Westel Wingate, and the only difference is the other one has a different rod, but both of these have Alpha 8000s, and they're overloaded a good bit with 25 kilo braided line, just to give him a little bit more line to work with. And he has large one hooks on all three rods, as do I. And we've started with the same baits, by the way. So his baits are the same as mine for right now. He's using garlic mussel 16 pop-up with mussel artificial corn. And then on the third one, he has the same as I do, which is garlic mussel 16 pop-up and oyster 16 pop-up. And it looks like we're both getting a bite on the one with oysters on it first. I think you're going to have the first fish here. So you need to address that friction break. Yeah, there you go. So the baits we have on the second rod, which is the garlic mussel 16 with the artificial corn, that's pretty much been the standard bait for the last couple weeks in terms of just like having a high bite rate, catching a variety of things, including but not limited to carp. You'll catch other stuff on there too.
What in the world? Okay,
Oh, it's almost big enough for the cafe order. But the other two bait combinations we're trying are things that people have caught some of the rare species of carp on. So we're just trying to see how active this bite rate can be at the pond with no PVA, and also see if we can't get lucky on some rare carp. So far, I'm getting a second bite again on the garlic mussel with oyster, which is interesting that this is, I didn't think this would be the most active of these three. I thought the middle rod would be. But that has not proven to be true so far. Although both of these have been really small carp that I've caught. Buddy had a marker at least. That looks somewhat decent, maybe. This is the mirror that will not come in. And we do have 20 clip. Kind of go back and forth between 20 and 21 clip at this spot. Nice one, bud. And that's perfect for the cafe order if you want to run and turn that in after you.
But throw us out.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for us to keep up with the comfort level because of the rain, but if you want to just like take a sip wig of tea every once in a while, at least hopefully it won't get too low. Two really small carp, and now all of a sudden I've got a decent one. Again, 3 fish I've caught on the oyster and garlic mussel buddy, but no fish on either two of the other two.
I had my first one on the third row. I did.
What was the next one on?
Second one was on the first row.
So the strawberry and raspberry combo.
Yeah.
And because we're not using PVA, I think we're fine mixing baits like this on each rod. If we were using PVA, then I would be more tempted to want to sort of have the same or very similar baits on each one, but this will be an interesting experiment.
19 silver.
That's awesome. So we've got a mirror carp order that he just finished, and I think we also have the potential of getting that common carp order. If you hear some noise in the background, Buddy and I have escaped from downstairs where Buddy's sister has a bunch of friends over, and they're doing a little get-together tonight, so it's a little rambunctious right now. We could let people in chat know if anybody's fishing at Amber that there's a 4-kilo mirror order in the cafe. Like somebody just caught one that would be good for it, but if they haven't been to the cafe in a while, they might not know. So this is a pretty nice fish here, bud.
I have nothing on. After I ran to the cafe.
That's surprising. What time of day is it? 10:21 in the morning?
That is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's probably worth more than the cafe order.
Don't turn it into the cafe.
Yeah. I hate how it pops back because I'm like casting too hard. And so it hits that 20-meter clip and then it just stops it and just like pops it back a little bit. That's why I like the look, it's already getting another. I don't understand this. That's why I like the 21-meter clip sometimes, because I feel like we're definitely on that one getting to the right spot. But so far this has been good.
I think eventually, if I remember one time, I'm gonna the blinker on instead of the bells.
On all 3.
Yeah. Do I have different colored blinkers?
You know, I may have sent the blinkers from that account to this account.
Sorry, no blinkers.
You might only have the one blinker, but I can send you a couple more. Where you take mirror? What are they talking about? Oh, I guess asking where I'm fishing at. Yes. I am at Amber Pond. There is a 4-kilo mirror order at cafe if anyone is here. There we go. That's really the bait combo that I thought would have the highest bite rate. Yes. Alright, let's see here. Let me see if I have any more of those blinkers. Okay. All right, let me get to back to the spot, and I'll send you those blinkers so you can trade them out. I would just wait as you catch fish, trade them out. But look how low our comfort is, and that means our energy is getting lower and lower. Let's see what the weather's supposed to be, if it's going to keep raining. Holy cow. I'm unmuted. Yeah, we're okay. Alright, so that mirror I just caught is going to be perfect for the cafe order as long as it's still... There wasn't that much time left on it, I don't think. Alright, you can get those blinkers into your inventory and then just trade them out next chance you get. So it seems like... There's a leather. It seems like the oyster and garlic combo is working pretty well. Nice bite rate, we're catching fish on it. But a lot of them have been small for me. But then that one big one was also in there, so. Okay, I'm gonna make one more trip up. What was that weekly record? Oh, pike. Interesting. Oh, I had two. Okay. I think I'm getting low on something. Maybe the oyster? I've got 18 of those left. 47 of those.
I haven't got a bite in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little... I mean, there's been moments of it slowing down a little bit, but I mean, really, carp fishing is normally like this. It's rare when it's like just fish after fish after fish, but you make a lot of silver and experience off of them, so it's okay if it's not like constant bite rate. Over time, if you notice one of the baits is doing better than others, we can always switch like a second rod to the active one. Once again, the oyster. Is that a barbel? Yeah, that's what we're hoping is we'll catch a few barbel and...
Oof, it's a nice one.
That is a nice one. A few barbel and things like that during the day. I think the one that we're least likely to catch barbel on is the strawberry raspberry. Have you had any bites on strawberry raspberry? You had one, didn't you? You caught one fish on it? First or second? It might have been second. Anyway. I'm going to watch that, though.
I've had one on both. A bite.
Yeah.
For a fish.
I'm going to watch that because I haven't had one yet. And so one thing we could do is like we could change one of these into a smaller size. Like maybe do the smaller strawberry boilie or something.
I think I had one in a second.
I think you've had one on every one now.
Yeah. I've only had 3 fish.
Yeah, and you trade one in the cafe.
Yeah. I've only caught mirrors.
Is that right?
Yeah. Got a bite on 2.
Hopefully it turns into something. I've only had 3 fish that were big enough to keep. You can, if you want, you can turn fish that aren't markers, but that are over 500 grams, you can turn them into fish pieces for bait if you want to, bud. I can show you how to do that. I think that's a barbel. So like that one would be a good for fish pieces because it's not a marker.
Alright, I gotta change this.
Oh yeah, you put your blinker on. V. Ooh. Is that a linear? Yeah. It's small, but they look cool, don't they?
Yeah.
A little different pattern. Especially the small ones have that like darker.
Both the ones that I need to switch.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a good pull there. Yeah, it's a decent carp. Why did he catch Nasty Worm 7? Rappa caught a 13 kilo char.
Mirror.
Nice. Those are worth pretty good. If you can fill your net with like mid-sized mirrors, you're doing really good. Oh, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. I'm going to try to say this on any videos I make today and probably tomorrow. Thursday night, I'm hoping to do a stream, and I really want to try to help out some of the newer players, certainly folks that are level 20 or lower-ish. And so we'll probably do a couple of competitions, even just short competitions on either mosquito or winding or maybe even old berg. It depends on how many people show up to the stream that are fairly low level. But we're going to do a lot of giveaways for low level players. Folks like Brain Sid, and it was actually Brain Sid's idea to do this, I should say. But Brain has sent some gear to give away and some really nice baits that are hard for low-level players to find, night crawlers and pieces of fish. Jessica Tim today sent quite a bit of gear and some handmade lures that she has made. So kind of just have some fun tournaments. It'll be like no buy-in and low-level players, and I'll try to do it where all you got to do is show up and participate, and I'll try to send you some stuff. So I'll also contribute at the very least some like garlic dough. The garlic dough tends to be so good for fishing for bream at Old Berg, and a lot of low-level players, if they haven't leveled up their harvesting baits, then it's hard to get this stuff. So I'll send out some garlic dough to anybody that participates or whatever. So anyway, Thursday night, so it should be around like 9 o'clock Eastern time is my best guess. It could be a little after that, but somewhere around there, Thursday evening. If you're a lower level player, feel free to come on by. It's Dawg Gaming on Twitch. Did I miss any fish? Did you catch anything?
I think I caught a little carp.
Oh, that mirror. Yeah, you've got 4 mirrors now. So do you want me to show you how to turn that barbel into fish pieces? Sure. Okay, go back to your regular screen. Hit N. Scroll down till you see pieces of fish. There you go. double click. You have to put your knife on, so click on that, fillet knife, and then make sure you select the right fish. And you got it.
Nice.
And then that bait ends up being good for like, you can leave it, it's fine, either way. That bait ends up being good for like catfish and burbot and stuff. I think this is the difference in having PVA and not having PVA. PVA helps the bite rate be a little bit better. But if we can get you you got to save up a little bit because it's over 1,000 silver for the cheaper one, but one of these rocket feeders, then we can put some of the PVA mix into that, and then you just cast it out to where you're fishing it, and it'll increase the bite rate out there. Oops.
Feels extra slow right now.
Mm-hmm. It's that time of day. This is like anytime after noon, like between noon and maybe 6 p.m. or something, is usually the slowest time of the day. So this guy is trolling Volkov like I've been doing the last 2 or 3 days. Looks like he's trolling the same spots I've been doing. It's been really good. That is a example of a short form video. Someone that like edits it way down so it's just like action, action, action. Which is the opposite of my videos, which are long form, which is boring, boring, boring. Occasionally you see a fish, but you get to see the whole process. So I think both types are worthwhile in having. Trolling happening in this pit. Oh, this pit. Yeah, I've been doing that for days. I guess other people are catching on. I saw it from I think it was either like a Korean or Japanese or Chinese, I don't know. I didn't recognize the language, but I saw it like a week ago advertised, like somebody had caught a trophy out there, so I figured it was good. Trophy bream. Eight o'clock Moscow town time. The Russian Fishing Force server will be restarted. Somebody asked Tugunska. That's the name of the new lake. What if the new lake came out? I don't think it will because they're not updating. They're just restarting. Why is it so slow? Oh, that's right. If it doesn't pick up, we'll try somewhere else.
I got a little bite.
Oh, you did?
I think
Oh,
it's
nice.
coming along.
Don't you miss your bells ringing?
Oh, I got two. Blue and green.
That's good. Blue and green. We got some colors. We're making color.
Something small. It's a little barbel.
It is a little barbel.
Some fish pieces right there.
Yep, piece of fish. You know, that's the whole difference. Like if we were using PVA, we could use like slightly either a little bit bigger hook or a little bit bigger boilie or whatever. We could get the bite rate up and get the quality of fish up. But I think it's nice that you can still fish here without PVA and do fine. It's just not quite the same. I think I fished for like 2 or 3 weeks at Amber before I had PVA unlocked, and I just used the spod rod to.
It's picking up, but looks like it's just small. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not on one. Looks like a nice.
What is that? Is that a little common carp? I can't tell. Oh, it's a tench.
There's an order for a tent.
Yeah, do you remember the size?
I don't remember.
I'll go look because I'm not getting any bites. It might have been a trophy tench order. I can't remember.
Wow, one.
We'll go try 6494 or whatever it is if this doesn't pick up. Although yours has kind of picked up recently.
Yeah.
I think it was just that time of day. I hate to move because if this spot's doing okay, like this is a spot that people have been catching those rare carp out of. So that looks like a nice common. Yeah.
There's an order for common too.
It's 11 though. 11.4. The tench is 4 kilo. So trophy tench. 11.4 common. Nothing else that we're probably going to catch.
My tench was only 1.66.
Mm-hmm. Which is still a nice tench. Tench are
It was a marker.
good money fish. Nice, dude. Those alphas doing some work.
How can I use my binoculars while I'm reeling in fish?
Good question. Good question. That's a chunky one. I would use your net out, put your net out there so you don't rip your reel. Nice leather.
And it looks ugly.
Looks like a cow.
Yeah.
Imagine what a trophy looks like. That's what a trophy looks like. Those mouths are just weird. Hey, I'm getting a bite. Where does it bit? Where does it bit?
That's a first. And to answer your previous question, I do not miss my bells.
No?
No.
Okay.
I like the.
You like the colors? They're especially nice at night.
Oh, there's some green.
Uh-oh. I hope you didn't pull that too soon. Hit R.
I did.
Yeah. That's fine. Just set it back down. I wouldn't even recast. I would just set it down there, and because you never know, the fish might still be nibbling at it.
Yeah.
It happens. I used to do it all the time. I'm a little better at it now, but when they made the change, because back in the day, when that would happen, the fish would be on. But then they changed it, I guess, to make it more like they were nibbling or something. And now you have to really wait. It's kind of annoying. But I finally retrained myself because I was messing up all the time. The other thing we could do is put smaller hooks on. It would increase our bite rate, but it also might make it where we're going to catch a bunch of junk. So, I don't know. It's usually worth it just to wait with large ones, but with so many mirror carp here, I think we should still catch fish at night, so it should be fine. It's pretty cool. So there's like a decent amount of linear, mirror, and commons here in the same spot, as well as the barbel and leather. I actually haven't had a common carp yet. You have though, right?
Yeah, I have one.
Mirrors are definitely the most frequent, but yep.
A nice little carp.
Yeah. You've had the biggest one so far, right? Didn't you have the 9 kilo? Oh, I had the 23 kilo. I forgot about that one.
That one's gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. I wish we'd see a trophy common barbel or a trophy tench or a trophy eyed, something fun like that.
you had the biggest so far. 9, wasn't it? Oh, I forgot about my 23 or 21. What was it?
What are we talking about? The barbel?
Oh, no.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
The,
Oh, the leather?
the mirror. Biggest mirror.
Oh, yeah.
You're like...
Yeah, I was trying to say you had the biggest one, but yeah.
Yeah, but and then it's like...
Yeah.
2 times bigger.
I actually completely forgot about that one.
Me too.
Alright, suddenly I'm catching fish again. Oh, that's small. Might be a barbel or something. Look at that. It's a barbel.
Wow.
So we caught a trophy, but no more.
Yeah.
It's almost time to put our lights out. Lights out. You. Huh? You. I like putting it to the side because if you put it right behind you, your shadow will be blocking the light.
Only have one.
So I spent some silver today. I already told Buddy this, but I went ahead and got the jerking rod that I'm going to use. And it goes up to 40 kilos. Not as strong as I'd like, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money on it. And then I think what we'll do is put the steelness on there, which goes up to 17.5, and we'll overload it to like 35. And we'll just kind of make that work and see how fun using that is. But I'm so close. I'm at 89.5, so I just need 0.5%. I think one of us is going to catch a nice fish overnight. Hopefully both, but at least one of us. I'm going to take a quick bio break, but I'll be right back.
Feels kind of small. It's a little leather. Well, bite rate is definitely picking up. Bite rate's picking up for me.
Is it?
Mhm.
It's funny. I was going to come back and say if no fish were biting, we can, if you want to, we can go try a different spot. But so you've caught. Is this your second one since I've been gone?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a nice common.
What's the weight for the common auger? 11?
11, yeah.
Is that trophy?
No, but it's a big one.
I had a bite on 2, but I don't think it ever.
It never developed into something.
Yeah.
It might have been something small, and it might have decided the hook was too big for it.
Yeah. First one was just a little
Okay.
leather carp.
You could turn that into fish pieces if you want to.
Why not? I've got time.
I'm trying to resist throwing out PVA spod right now. But it's hard. What do you think's been the bait that's been the highest bite rate for you? What rod have you used the most, do you think? Seems like yours has been fairly even, actually.
Yeah.
All of mine have been pretty slow, but I think my first rod has probably been the slowest. Look at you. It's probably on, yeah.
No, definitely on.
It's probably a mirror this time of night. Unless it's another common. Oh, nice. Linear. I like it.
And try what you're doing.
Get way back?
Yeah.
Well, you know what it does? It forces me to have to walk up on it so I don't pick it up too fast.
True.
I've never seen that person in chat before. Doc Krankenstein. Level 10. Doc, come to our giveaway stuff Thursday night. Get some gear. I might be getting a nibble on third rod. It hasn't actually pulled it at all yet, but it's like vibrating a little bit. Are you cold? You turn the fan off if you're cold.
Okay.
You know where it is? You know what fan I'm talking about? Yeah. Makes me nervous that they're doing the restart tonight. It may change like some of the spots. Bait preferences and stuff.
Say Tuesday?
Well, it will be after midnight.
Oh, sure.
And then Russian time is ahead or whatever. Like in the UK, it's 5 hours ahead of us. Let the fish wear itself out for a minute.
I'm afraid to pick up two.
It's on there now. Can you see the lines going left to right pretty drastically?
No.
So you're too far away.
Thought I had come close enough.
What did I just catch? It wasn't chat worthy? A little mirror carp. Careful. You're moving around. Rip that line out your reel. Do you just have to press the space bar, like tap it? I always hold it down. Guess you don't have to. Nice mirror.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah. It seemed to.
Right up on the rod.
Do you want to try switching spots?
I
Okay.
think we're good.
Okay.
Although you caught like one fish and last forever.
Well, I had the mirror carp 1 minute ago and then the barbel 11 minutes ago. Now there might have been one in between that I turned into fish pieces, but I can't remember. Maybe not. So it's been quite slow for me.
But you still got 2 more fish in there. Minus what we've turned into pieces and turned in for the...
What should I change here? I'm just frustrated how slow the bite rate is. I go to 21 clip. Could try putting a size 2 hook on. Just something's got to give. Can't handle it. Let's try a large 2 hook. Uh-oh, what did I have on this one? Raspberry and strawberry. I might put strawberry 15. That'll increase my bite rate too.
I don't even know if I have that.
You probably don't. I didn't change the Alright, so I didn't remember to change the clip on the first one, but I did on the second one. And I put smaller hooks on. Now I'm just begging for catching a bunch of small little fish. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The eating sounds are like so gross. If you have your volume way up and then you like crunch on a melon or something, it's way too, it's kind of realistic sounding, but a little bit weird too.
Yeah.
Some things are worse than others. Is your third reel just not tight? Is that what's going on?
I've been looking like.
Or was a fish on? It's probably just not tight.
I was having my first rod earlier on.
Sometimes a fish will like nibble on it, move the bait, and then just leave it alone. So that could definitely happen sometimes. But all right, if I don't start getting bites with smaller hooks, I'm gonna be moving.
Well, if you move, then I'm coming.
We can just try one more spot if we have to. In our last like few hours in game before we stop. There's like a spot down here, bud. It's like casting south towards the 3-meter hole.
Yeah.
And that was like the first spot when Amber first came out. Everybody fished there with tiger nuts. it was so hot. It was so good. But it's usually pretty decent over there.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't think so. What?
What?
My feeder rods are 4.8 kilo rod with 13 kilo line and 5 kilo reel? Your rod's supposed to be the strongest thing. And that's way too overload for a 5.5 kilo. I think I have a fish on, or at least it moved the bait. Well, that's frustrating. It's just sitting there. It's probably an eyed.
I bet I have eyed on all 3 rocks.
See, that's what I get. I put smaller hooks on there and I catch a 300 gram eyed.
Can I grab it?
Yeah.
Okay, now I can.
You got a nice one on there?
Seemed nice when I picked it up, but I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna move, so I wouldn't put that back in the water if you want to move with me, because we'll wrap this video up soon. But let's go try this other spot just for a few minutes at least.
Where'd he go?
Got one on the
I can't tell.
third one. Oh no, I don't.
Okay, there we go.
Nice mirror.
Thank you. Oh, you said don't throw it back in.
Well, it's up to you, but I think I want to go try that other spot. I got to put large one hooks back on though. I'm gonna go ahead and take all of 9 out the water. I'm just catching like eyed now. You're gonna sit here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch at least one more fish.
Okay.
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
You're gonna have to walk me through and you're gonna change stuff.
No, I want to keep the same baits. I'm just gonna put my regular hook size like you have on back on, and just see what the bite rate seems like over there with no PVA. You know, this is helping me like empathize better with people that don't have PVA unlocked.
Yeah.
Because when I come to amber, it's like, it's usually such good silver and pretty constant big carp. And without PVA, that definitely feels a little different.
Yeah.
So I
don't even know what PVA feels like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
It is. I left the peg and I'm just following this trail, okay? Away from town. So instead of going back to town, keep going this way.
So go the opposite way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. What are the...
And we're going to go out to, I think it's like 64.94, but it's basically down here. There's a peg over here.
Okay.
And we're going to do clip 35. So on your rods especially, that means you're going to have to cast a lot harder to get 35 meters. Carp rods cast a lot farther than those feeders. This can't be any slower than the pond was for me, at least. I mean, I had nice, decent fish, but it was just slow.
Do I sell well?
I mean, they're fine. It's nothing like a big carp, though.
But they're not fun to catch.
Not with carp gear. A trophy would be kind of fun, just because it's fun to catch a trophy. Here it is. So it's like just past this big tree.
That's
There's
on
that.
the left.
Yeah. 64.94 should be what it is. Alright, so I need to change the hook. Back to a large one.
Well, it might just move. I don't know. I'll wait a little longer.
I'm going to go back to the exact same baits you have. 35 clip. And there's not like a specific spot necessarily. I'm just going to cast sort of straight out on all three. And see how the spots seem over here.
I might have one on 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 now, I guess. Green. Let's say green.
So tempted to put tiger nuts and see how tiger nuts do here. Hey, that's some good silver.
What are those? Is that...
It's like whiskey. Oh, I don't know. The only downside of fishing out here is that if you were to cook into a really, really big carp, on your alphas especially, it could be a struggle. Because they could just swim forever, you know? Where in the pond, there's only so far they can go.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go there.
Okay. That's a common.
Yeah, I should walk with this one.
But carp are worth enough that as long as you're getting some fish, it still can be pretty decent. You're closing in on level 30, aren't you?
I'm getting there.
It looks like the barbel over here as well, buddy.
Alright. So I'm gonna
35-meter clip. And then you have to cast
what?
like 90% cast to make sure you get there.
Wait, how do you do the
Control and then plus.
35
Mm-hmm.
on all three of them?
Yeah.
We're just casting straight up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did that make it? I'm not sure it did. I would do, I mean, I think that's fine because it's a pretty wide area where you can fish here, honestly. But on your next one, I would just hold it down all the way till maximum on cast just to make sure you get it out there far enough.
Oh, okay. The Aria fishing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can still get your rods out though. It's not pulling line or anything.
I'm gonna take them.
Okay. Yeah, that bait seems to be working good out here. I've caught fish on it pretty quick too. My first one was a common. Is that what yours is?
Looks
Yep.
like it.
And I've got another common as well. So 3 common between our 2 accounts. 3 common in a row off of the raspberry strawberry.
I think I left my lantern over there.
It's fine. We're not going to be here till dark, I don't think. I think we'll stop before then.
Do I have to run over there and pick it up
Nope.
on the way out?
Nope.
Okay.
When you log out, all your equipment goes back to your inventory.
Okay.
And to go sell our fish, it'll actually be faster to run back the other way.
Okay.
So, early impression, this seems better. It may not keep it up, but early impression is positive out here.
Well, when we first got the light, it was nice too.
It was pretty good in the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good point, bud. Let's see, is midget still here? Maybe not. Oh, he said good night. So that's on your mussels with the corn.
Yeah.
Looks like another common, I think.
Yeah.
Neither one of us got that 11 kilo common order, did we?
No. I don't think so. hunger.
In real life?
No, in the game. It's another common.
So it seems like there's a lot of common carp here, huh?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, as long as they're pretty active.
Is that what you used to catch back when this was a nice spot? Or when you
Yeah, this spot has often had a lot of commons, but I think we've also seen a lot of frame-sideds, linears, of course mirrors. But it's also like time of day. This is just common carp time of day too.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to ask the best spot for eel, which typically, especially, I mean, he's level 12, so he's just gotten to Old Berg. But I haven't fished at Old Berg in a while because I haven't been doing my leveling series recently.
Do you know who that is?
It's a new player. I don't really know. Looks like another common to me. I don't think it's 11. I don't think it's 11 kilos though. Was it 11.4?
I don't know. I just know it was 11 something. Do you think it's already gone?
No. We had a lot of hours left on that.
Oh. Go down over there. What should I eat?
Hit T instead of whatever you're hitting. Yeah. I would eat cheese or the sausage.
Cheese. Ooh.
Fish on.
Can't tell what that is. Might be another common. What? No? It's a mirror. Did you catch anything other than common yet?
Yeah, I had a mirror. Common, mirror, common. Yes.
What is it?
11.4 is what it had to be, and it was 11.5 or whatever.
Nice. How much silver is that?
Trophy eel order. That was 71 silver. Don't mind me, I'm just getting there in a hurry.
Oh, wow.
I think for the last couple minutes of fishing, you should just ride around on one of these for a little bit. No, because they're kind of hard to drive, so you'll probably be really entertaining, actually.
Well, you've got your sensitivity higher than
That's true. You'll be making some smaller movements. Yeah, I'm glad we moved. I mean, I know we don't have a lot longer to fish here, but the pond was,
You're about to hit 20 fish. And there it is. I feel like my 3 rod is doing pretty well.
which is the oysters and mussels, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That'd be a nice fish.
it's a minnow.
how long it took you. Alright, how long it took you to hit level 38. I mean, it's taking so long to get to just 30.
Yeah.
And I started when I got on this account. You were already almost 30.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm telling you, if you're using PVA and your carp are like twice as big as the ones that we're catching now and a little bit faster bite rate.
I can't even use PVA right yet.
You got to get to 100%. I don't even know. I haven't even noticed if you've gotten any. You're 96.8. You need to be 100% in bottom fishing. So, still got a ways to go. Those last few percentage points are slow too. But you could use a spod rocket. You could spod the water, which would help also. Not as much as PVA, but close to it. All right, so let's say next fish for you, we'll wrap it up.
Do I get to ride?
Sure.
That'll be my 20th fish.
That you haven't turned into fish pieces.
Yeah, or turned in on the other one. You should take some more time to spell everything correctly.
Might be from another country.
Oh, true. Seems nice though.
Mm-hmm. My late night buddy is playing Lotro for the first time, and he's really getting into it, so it's exciting for me.
Are you into Lotro right now?
Mm-hmm. Well, since he is, I started playing it with him.
Yeah. What got him to start?
We've been both playing a lot of different MMOs, just trying different ones out, and he landed on that one, and just really liked it. So.
Yeah. Where are you catching so small fish right now?
This spot likes me. The other spot liked you.
Yeah, well, I don't think either one liked me. It's been doing that for like 20 minutes.
Has it really? Is there any wind? There's no wind. That's got to be a fish. The wind is like 0.3 meters per second, so next to no wind.
Speaking of wind, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that fan on.
Yeah, it's chilly. Oh, you're getting a big bite. It's not on there yet, but it's been like headbanging over there on your far left side. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that is an eyed. Not a trophy eyed, but an eyed.
And what is it?
Common carp.
No.
Oh, you're getting another one. So I guess don't put that one back in the water yet, but if you're going to go ride for a second.
Alright.
Ooh, nice. I'll tell you what you could do is you could put them back in the water, go get your four-wheeler, and figure out how to ride back down to here and see if you have any fish on.
I'll do 2 rods.
Okay. That's a barbel, isn't it?
Yeah.
That'll be a marker, I think. Oh, it's not a barbel. It's a mirror.
Oh. Fish pieces. So, go ahead and go over there.
Yeah.
Alright. Will I have to, like, rent one or something?
Mm-hmm. Just buy a one-day ticket. I think it's only like 13 silver. It's worth the fun.
Alright.
And if you want to, you can go ahead and sell your fish while you're up there. It's right next to it. But if you end up catching another one, you may want to sell it too. So. Have you ever played Hunter Call of the Wild with me?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but we played it on the PlayStation, right?
Yeah, probably.
They've come out with several maps since you last played, but they're coming out with I think they're coming out with a new North American map. It's gonna have like turkey and stuff on it.
So
People are pretty excited.
One day?
Yeah.
That's only 9 silver.
Perfect.
2 days is 13.
Yeah. Punch your ticket.
Oh gosh.
Remember your mouse is looking. It's not actually changing the direction of the thing. It's just changing the direction you're looking, and your buttons are what's doing
Holy cow, I'm going fast.
You could just drive loops around the.
Oh
no! You could just drive loops around the circuit here, and then check on your rods every once in a while. It might be your new favorite way to carp fish. Press E to get off. All right, let's race around the circle.
In a race?
Yeah. First one back to the fishing poles wins. You mark. Get set. Go. So basically, you just pretend you're doing NASCAR loop here. Just stay to the left. You'll go right by town and then go right by the rentals. Stay left. Might have to mess with you a little bit though, 'cause I gotta catch up. You can hold shift to go faster. Did you know that? Okay. I'm just used to it. Oh no. It's the beginning of the end for you. Oh, I'm about to run off the road watching you. Oh, you almost caught up. I have just like straight up run into trees. Oh no. You actually did cut some time off there. You can get back on the road. I'm not watching mine.
It's gonna be on the right?
Yep.
I think I passed it.
I don't think so. It's right up, just ahead of you before that tree.
You beat me?
Yeah. Good job for your first time though. Like, I would have never been able to do that the first time I drove them.
It was fun.
You have any fish on?
I don't think so.
I'm just catching tiny fish, but this is the worst time of day for fishing. Ooh. It's probably an eyed.
that I have eyes on both.
It really is an eye. That's awesome.
It's a marker.
Yep.
You want me to go ahead and put this one away?
Yeah. If people don't know that we're doing this, they're going to be a little confused by that. You just want to grab it, go sell fish, and see how we did. Yep.
Man, you really are good. Can't hear a thing. I gotta figure out how to turn around.
All right, 253 silver. That 23 kilo mirror was 41 silver. That was most of it. And look, my second best fish was the stinking barbel. I will take it though.
Can't believe you raced me.
You gotta sell your fish back there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nice. You almost did as much as I did.
What were you?
253. So we had very similar experiences without PVA.
My best was a barbel.
Hey, don't sell yet. Hit automatically. Let's go see how long. Let's see how long we were fishing for. Scroll to the very bottom. So just over an hour and 20 minutes, and we switched spots. So just over an hour. I mean, that's pretty good silver. Like
in game or real life?
Real life.
In game, that's not long at all.
No, yeah. Real life, because I mean, you're aiming for like a minimum. You're aiming for, especially at higher level lakes, is 200 silver an hour.
Am I go ahead?
Yeah. All right. You'll say goodbye.
Oh, bye.
All right, we're heading out. Thanks for watching, and who knows? Maybe we'll do one more of these this week if I can talk Buddy into it. But thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time. Peace out.